Alright, hello guys. As you can see, I'm doing a farm run, and I completely forgot that level 20, I can grow sweet corn. So I've been growing those instead, and now that I've got a decent supply of sweet corn seeds, I can drop tomato seeds. Anyway, it's nice to see you guys. As I said last time, our goal today will be to get into tithe farm. Because I want to have less inventory space being taken up by my farming supplies. And originally I was thinking the best way to do that would be to go through the tomato seeds, but I realized I can get rid of even more inventory spaces if I can just store my seeds in a single inventory slot. So that's what I'm going to be doing. This episode, I'm going to be going all the way to the farming level to get tithe farm out of the way, get my seed box, probably go for a few other things as well, and that will also help a lot with getting better herbs. Once I have all that out of the way, I will also be able to once I have all that out of the way, I can actually start going towards thieving for the next big goal after that, which will be getting my Xerix talisman. I'll talk more about that once I get close to the actual goal, because I'm going to need 63 thieving, I think it is. It's about 400,000 experience in order to be able to actually thieve from the stone chest. So I'll talk to you later once something more interesting happens. Alright. 50 thieving. So, yeah, about 1/4 the way to the level I need for what I'm doing. What I'm currently going to be doing is just building up a glut of seeds. I want to have plenty of seeds for what I'm doing. Have all the seeds set up for doing my farming grind, and also plenty of pineapples and papayas to turn those them into super compost. Once I have enough, then I will probably start moving towards actually getting the smithing grind out of the way, whilst I take care of the farming grind. Get them both taken care of, so that way I probably would have my steel axe around the time. It'll probably take longer than doing the farming grind, but I will have at least a bit of progress on it. 51 thieving. Alright, 52 thieving. Alright, that is 22 farming. Nothing super useful, but I'm getting very close to being able to grow limpworts. Soon I'll be able to just drop these rosemaries and never use them again. Alright, 23 farming. You may notice I sound a bit better. Got a new mic. It's just a bit better. It's not super good. But it should be better until I get an actually good mic. So yeah, that's the update. Alright, so the Quizmaster just came. Let's see what I get. Mystery box, and open it. Bucket. Well, it's something. That was the first mystery box out of many. Hopefully one day I get the baguette. Alright, there's 53 thieving. Nothing for me right now, but just a slight increase in the pickpocket rates. I get caught a lot. I am currently in between farm runs, and just between farm runs, I've been doing a lot of pickpocketing the stalls in order to get more super compostable material, and pickpocketing the master farmers so that way I can get more seeds. This is the first time that it's actually happened during the master farmer part. I should have checked how close I was to the level before I picked the rosemary. 24 farming. Nasturtiums, probably not going to grow those. I think I'm getting pretty close to growing Uh, yeah, I'm very close to growing limpwort roots, so I'm not going to grow nasturtiums. If I happen to have them, if I happen to get them next time, I'll just drop the rosemary to get nasturtiums. But yeah, that's all. I need to actually check when I'm getting close to levels. Uh, 54 thieving. Again, getting close. Alright. Time to get another piece of the forester outfit. Not forester. Of the, lederhosen. So I need 3 legs? Not legs. 3 tails. Talk the forester. And my second piece is the hat. Actually looks pretty nice. Anyway, that's the update. I actually had my recorder turned off. Gained, I think, 3 levels since my last clip. Maybe not. But I also forgot to record my plans. My plan is to get quite a bit of super compostable material. I think about 300. Grind that all out, get it done with, and then once I have it, just do Master Farmers all the way until I have enough thieving experience so I can steal from the stone chests. Then I'll be going for getting my Xerx's Talisman. That'll probably happen after I finish Tithe Farm, but it might happen before. We'll just find out. I'll probably do Tithe Farm before I do the stone chest, just because I want to have that out of the way for the video to finish. But yeah, that's the update. 55 thieving. Normally this would be where I'd get a good thieving boost, but yeah, I can't go to Ardoyne. Not going there like ever. Maybe when the account is finished with Chambers of Zeah, but probably not even then. And that's 56 thieving. I didn't realize just how much faster I was getting experience. Now I can grow limpworts, and I probably shouldn't have planted that nasturtium. Oh well. But now I can grow limpworts and paralanders, but I'm not going to be growing those. Anyway, yeah, that's a pretty big update. Pretty soon I'll be able to grow those. I'm also going to keep using my guams until I have 100 guam leaves. Once I have 100, then I'm going to use them all up, get rid of them, and start going through the teraments. $57 thieving. I can get the grubby chest whenever I want to, but that's not going to be for a long time. Alright, 58 agility. Agility. 58 thieving. I'm actually remembering to record this in advance now. This is level 27 farming. I can't do anything with those, but it does mean still 1 level closer. I am only 7 levels away from entering the Tithe Farm and being able to do Tithe Farm for a seed box. $28 farming. Nothing useful here, but another level closer. Of course, on the last pit pocket before a level. And again. 3rd time's charm. Fourth time? 59 thieving. Only 5 levels to go. After that, I'll be able to get my Xerx's Talisman. Alright, and I'm at the end of my first maze random. And I get... coal, iron, and nature runes. I don't really need these coal. Iron arrows aren't really useful for me. Nature runes I can sell for a bit. Actually, the coal might sell for a little bit if I get a Lovacaine. But nothing major. And 29 farming. One level closer to being able to go into Tithe Farm. Alright, 60 thieving. Just 4 levels to go. And 61 thieving. Only about 100,000 more experience till I get to 64. Then I can get my Xerx's Talisman. I couldn't turn off something I was doing at the time, so I couldn't focus on this. 30 farming. I am getting very close to the level I need. And yeah. Just 4 more levels and I'll be able to access Tithe Farm and be able to get my seed box to save a bunch of inventory space. I've also decided that since I have over 100 guams now, I'm going to start growing Terramins for a bit of extra experience. Alright, 62 thieving, just 1 to go. I just realized I said just 1 to go, there's 2 to go. I realized as I was taking care of this batch of farm runs that I now need to clean these Terramins and stuff to use them. So I'm going to actually process these Guam leaves real quick so that I can be able to process the Terramins and such whenever I get them. This should also clear up an inventory space for me to store the Terramins for while I use stuff. So I'll be back once I'm starting to go through them. The way I'm going to process them is fairly simple. Just went to this guy, grab a water-filled vial pack, grab an Eye of Newt pack, grab 1 extra vial and 1 extra Eye of Newt because it's 101 guams I have, and I'm going to head to a bank. And to quickly explain my method, I'm going to open these up and use the banknote on this guy, drop 5 of them, then use the banknote to unnote these guam leaves. Actually, I can wield this. My goal will be to use exactly, level 6 herb lore. Anyway, I'm going to really quick process all of the different, process everything so that way I can have the space be cleared up. I'll see you when it's all done. Level 7 herb lore. Level 8 herb lore. Can make relatives bomb, but I'm never going to use it. Level 9 herb lore. Level 10 herb lore. Level 11 herb lore. Can now clean the Terramins I just got. Level 12 herb lore. I can now make strength potions with these Terramins. I have other things I'm going to do first, but this is good. Level 13 herb lore. Level 14 herb lore. Level 15 herb lore. Level 16 herb lore. And we're leaving off just before level 18 pretty much. Sorry, level 17 pretty much.
but that was a lot of herbivore experience gained in a very short amount of time. And now I can clean up these terramins and store them for later herbivore experience. That is the update, and I'm getting pretty close with the farming goal. I should get that pretty soon, and once I have it, I'll be doing tithe farm all the way until I have my seed box, and I wouldn't be surprised if I actually get the level for the stone chest before that. If I get the level for the stone chest before that, I will actually hold off on doing the stone chest until I have the seed box, as well as another grind I want to do beforehand. There's a few other things I'd really like to have up and ready. Namely, I want to take advantage of one of the specific drops I'll get fairly commonly whenever I do that. So you'll know that when I get close. It's not going to be too long. 31 farming. Again, getting closer. 63 thieving. I have one more level to go. And once I get that level, I'll probably still pickpocket master farmers for a while, but I won't be actively doing it for thieving experience. I'll just do it whenever I need seeds. I didn't realize how close I was to the level. I sort of forgot I got close when I was doing the big herbivore grind. Herbivore is now at 17. Getting closer, and it shouldn't be too long until I get the 34 farming as well. I just realized something. I'm not going to use my pineapples for making the super compost anymore, because I was using the pineapples so I could have the 2 stacks not go away. But I'm going to use the papayas right now because I actually want to run out of these, so I have one more slot available. And more importantly, as soon as I'm done with the getting the seed box, I'm going to be going to get my Xerix talisman, and I'll probably be using the pineapples as my food for while I'm doing that. So I want to have some pineapples to eat. It means that I can store more food in one inventory slot, which is going to be great. Barely got the recorder up in time. 64 thieving. I can now steal from the chest in the Lizard Man Temple. This is huge. So I've still got a while before my next farm run. I'm going to thieve from the Master Farmer just a bit longer, finish up this inventory, and then I will do a different grind for in between my farm runs. Because I've still got plenty of other grinds I need to do. And Hunter's going to wait for a little while. So my grind for now that I've got thieving out of the way, and while I'm still waiting on my allotments and such to grow, is that I will be chopping down regular trees and such until I have the 50 fire making I need. 50 fire making, whatever woodcutting level I get to, level 9 woodcutting. Let's just see how fast it takes me to get to 50 fire making. Let's see whether I get there before I get the farming requirement out of the way. 4 fire making. Can now light candle lantern. 10 wood cutting. Can cut light jungle, but I'm never gonna do that. I just realized I missed 11 wood cutting. 5 fire making. Fire logs, but I'm never gonna cut those. 6 fire making. 7 fire making. 8 fire making. Scared the shit out of me. I completely... I didn't catch it on video because I didn't expect it. This cluenist used the Armadillo crossbow sound effect. God, I wish I had my replay buffer on. I didn't expect anything like that would happen. Scared the shit out of me. I think that's what it's supposed to do. I can never do this easy clue because I can't get access to the free-to-play areas. But still, that was funny. I really wish I had my replay buffer on. 12 wood cutting. Can now make a log canoe that I will never be able to use. 9 fire making. Fire making. 11 fire making. Alright, and 32 farming. I can grow the Renard weeds I have here, though I'm not going to do that for a while. But more importantly, one level closer, just 2 to go. 13 wood cutting. Almost missed the level. 14 wood cutting. Getting pretty close to being able to cut the oaks. Almost. 12 fire making. Can now light oil lamps. 13 fire making. And 14 fire making. I'm gonna see how close I get to 15 with the next batch of logs. It probably won't be too long till I can cut the oaks. Alright, 15 wood cutting. I can now cut the oak. And this also should be enough logs for me to get to 15 fire making as well. We'll see though. And it was. Now I can burn the oak logs, and also with that, I can be able to move on to oak trees, which will be far more AFK. I actually did miss 16 wood cutting. Yeah. Missed 16 fire making. I had to help my parents for a bit, so I didn't notice that my level was so close when I left. $17 fire making. Again, missed another level. I'm probably gonna miss a fair few levels because I am being very AFK with this grind. Because I can finally be AFK with another grind that isn't just waiting on my crops. So yeah, taking advantage of the time. So yeah, I've been thinking about it more, and it takes a long time to edit together the montages of getting all the levels, and also it's a little annoying to make sure I press record for every single individual level. So I think from now on, I'm going to actually just only record the, like, key levels, like ones that are, like, the final of a grind, or if it's a big level, like it unlocks something new. Because otherwise it's just a little annoying to make sure that I push record for every single instance. But yeah, that's the update. Also 18 fire making and 18 wood cutting in the same clip. While I was doing a farm run, I noticed Leo come in. Well, let's do this let's do this random event, see if I can get myself a few emotes. I think it's the emotes first, then you get the actual zombie outfit, then you can potentially get the pieces. That's it, then you can potentially get genie lamps. So let's do this and see what I get. Alright, and I got them all back into the correct spot. I'm finished, and let's see what I get. The zombie dance emotes. Yep, so it's just the emotes at first. Okay. So, let's get back to farming. Alright, got a bird's nest while I was cutting this tree. And papaya tree seed. That requires... Oh wait, I won't be able to do it until like 80 something. Heck no. Like, I forgot that for the farming guild I need 85 to access the area with the fruit trees, so... Nope, not gonna be able to keep it. Rest in peace, papaya tree seed. And another one popped out before the last one even despawned. And hey, it's not a stat increase, but I like having a gold ring. And that is 30 fire making. Now, I would be able to light willow logs, but I can't chop them yet. So I'm going to take a bit of time to really quickly get my fletching up with normal logs until I can chop oaks for a bit. Like, until I can be able to, chop willow logs, I'm going to do some fletching with the highest level logs I can get. Alright, we've got a dunce random, which is huge, because this means more Slayer experience. This shouldn't take very long, and now I'm good to leave. And put this straight into Slayer. And I'm getting close to my next level. Alright, after a bit of wood cutting, I am going to be getting to level 30. Once it decides to chop. Okay. Level 30 wood cutting. I can now cut down willow trees. And I also built up a bunch of arrow shafts while I was doing this. I only kept it so I would get hit 2,000. If I went with much more, I might not be able to make enough arrowheads during my grind. I think I'll be able to make this many arrowheads while I'm doing my smithing grind. So anyway, now that I've got this, I can move on to the willow trees for my fire making. And I'm going to really quick turn these into headless arrows before I continue with the grind. Drop the knife, and yeah. Man, this is just some extreme experience. In very short amount of time, I was able to get all the way to freaking 15. Well, I will in just a few seconds. And I've still got more arrows to go through. So this is going to be great for the fletching grind. I will eventually need to get a pretty high fletching level, because I'll need to actually probably make a magic short bow for myself at some point, so that way I can be able to train my ranged effectively. Level 17. And I should be able to get to level 18 for this. Again, it's just so amazing that I'm able to train my fletching this much from just a short grind. It will be a while before I hit the level 4 magics, but this is good. Oh, I just remembered, I'll actually train some fletching while I'm in Wintertod. So, actually, this fletching grind, while it is useful, isn't the end-all be-all. I won't need to do this every single time for my fletching experience. And yeah, 18 fletching. Time to go and do my farm run that I was just about to do before I got the level. Alright. I know I said I was going to just cover the key levels, but come on. I am just one level away from being able to access Tithe Farm. Only about 2,000 experience, so honestly it should only take 2 or 3 farm runs. I am going to take a break in the real world while I do this. Gonna take a quick break, so next level you see might be more fire making, might be the farming level, just depends on how long the break takes. I was realizing something while I was cutting these willow logs. It's actually a terrible idea for me to do the wood cutting now, as my AFK grind, as my grind between farm runs, because if I do it now, then I won't have the bonus of having the steel axe. So instead what I'm going to do is I'm going to get up my Arceus favor a little bit for another goal of mine I want prior to Winter Todd. So I'll see you back when I get these logs burned. Okay, so the video might look a little weird while I'm doing this, but currently I am going to be doing the Arceus Library. It looks a little weird because I have the sidebar open, which is forcing it to not look right. But I'm looking for this one book, and so I'm going to actually talk with this person up here, Biblia, once I get to her. And I'm looking for that book. Top floor, Southwestern Bay. Southwestern Bay is over here, and I'm going to search all the spots here. This should also teach me roughly where the other books in the library are, so I can gather those. I'm going to be gathering these for the Books of Arcane Knowledge that you get as a reward. And those Books of Arcane Knowledge can allow me to get a little bit of magic experience. Now, normally I wouldn't be doing this for magic experience, I'd be doing it for runecraft experience, because that's what I need later in the account. But with magic experience, it means I can be able to cast Enchant level 1 without needing to actually train magic normally. If I trained magic normally, I would be required to use Wind Bolts, which would give me HP experience, which could potentially get me a level in HP, and 1 level isn't bad, but 2 would be, and I want to prevent myself from even thinking about gaining that much experience. So, level 1 enchantment is going to be pretty necessary. Once I get 1 or 2 books, it should reveal to me the locations of all of the books, so that way the rest of this can go pretty easily. And I can grab a bunch of books at once to potentially turn in more books at a time. Anyway, I'll see you when I get this book, as well as a few others. Alright, I found the book, and this should reveal the location of the other books. It didn't reveal any on its own, but it did give the game a little bit more information on where books are. And it shouldn't be too long until I get the locations of all the books. And then once that happens, it'll be a lot faster to gather books for the magic experience needed. Anyway, turn in the book to Sam, and that is an achievement diary done, and 11 magic experience. I will have to change who I'm asking for them from, but it should be pretty quick to get this. This guy wants the exact same book, and I know exactly where it is already. So grab that book. And it was right here when I got last time. Alright. So now that I've got this, I'm going to take it down, and yeah, you'll be seeing me get the books all out of the way pretty soon. Alright, while I was looking for that book, this message popped up, which tells me that the books have changed their locations. So now I need to actually relook for Biblia, and she'll tell me where the book moved this time. And yeah, this is gonna probably happen every once in a while I'm doing it. It's just they'll switch locations. I'll need to figure out where it moved to, and then re-figure out where everything went. But it shouldn't take too long. Alright, revealing the locations of all the books, which happens when you search for enough books. I was able to quickly grab transportation incantations. And bam! I know how to teleport to Kourend. This won't be useful for the most part, but it could be helpful if I ever lose my Xeric's Talisman. One thing I am doing is, even though I've got the book I need, which is the Twill Accord, I'm actually gathering other books as well. Because if I gather other books, it means that if I go down and someone says, hey, after I get that one done, they're like, hey, what if I want Brian's coronation speech? Well, I already have it in my inventory, so it saves me a bit of time. Helps a lot overall when you're doing this to get more than one book. If you get just one book at a time, it takes forever. Still takes forever to get a lot of runecraft experience this way, but this still works pretty well. I wanted to actually record. It took a bit to do this, but level 2 magic. This grind ain't gonna be long, because once I get the first magic level, it doubles the amount I get per different book. And now I've got a basically certain mass of books. Now I have a chance of just getting the book handed in instantly. Let's see how many I can do with this. Can't believe I accidentally messed up the recording again. It's annoying doing the recording with the sidebar and such. But one big thing that is really helpful with this is that I'm getting magic experience. Every time I get magic experience, excuse me. Alright, with this one book here, it means that I have the last book I need for 66 magic. Sorry, 66 magic experience. Now I can actually enchant sapphire jewelry. Oh, and that also raised my combat level to 6. Now that I've got that, I'm going to just gather a few of these, just with whatever books I have left. I'm not going to gather any more. And start putting them into runecraft. And that's the last of it. I'm gonna just gather that last one real quick. And then I'll just be leaving the place here. That was enough for the getting all the magic experience I needed. And now I'm gonna figure out something else to do while I am waiting for farm runs. I'll let you know when I figure it out. Now that I've got all that done, I actually got 60% favor doing all that. Didn't take too long, and that means I can now use the Arceus spellbook whenever I want to. It's probably gonna be a while before I actually use the Arceus spellbook, but hey, I've got it available. I can use it. Alright, so while I'm still waiting a little bit for the last bit of farming experience, I'm actually going to pick flax and string it into bowstring. After all, with the 10 crafting I got from the grind with Hosidia's favor, it should mean I can craft bowstring. And I have a goal of 22 crafting before Wintertod, so that way I can make sapphire bracelets. Sapphire necklaces to transport myself to Wintertod. And just double checking the path. I want to go south. Yeah, okay. So I will be back. I'll probably only be able to do 1, maybe 2 inventories of this, but even just 1 or 2 inventories will still work me towards that crafting level. My recording hotkey, I clicked that on accident. Time to make bowstrings. And that will give me a lot of experience, actually. Level 11 from just 3 of them from the first inventory. Provided I was already most of the way to that level. Yeah, it should only take a few. I calculated earlier as like 200 something, which isn't that bad. That'll be like maybe an hour or 2 of specifically grinding it out. I've still got a bit of time before the actual farming patch, so I might do another inventory. Alright. 34 farming. I can now grow Golanova, or however you pronounce it. I think that's how you pronounce it. But anyway, I can grow the thing in Tithe Farm. I can finally get my seed box. I'm going to, right as soon as I'm done with this farming run, I'm going to go immediately to doing that. Once I finish with that, I will, yeah, it won't take very long. So, I'll see you when I get into Tithe Farm. Alright, now that I've got my seeds and such, I already know what I'm doing. I'm an expert, don't ask me again. I did grab 8, but I don't really need 8, I realized. But this means I can do 2 runs without needing to refill my watering cans. So anyway, the strategy I'm going to be doing is actually going to use this fertilizer. Most people don't use the fertilizer. But I do use it because I'm going to be without run energy for the most part, so I want to actually be able to quickly do this. I'm going to see whether I need the fertilizer. I'll figure it out quickly. I'm going to do 1 run without the fertilizer. I need a seed dipper and I need a spade. Anyway, this is going to take a while. I need to get a certain amount of seeds. I'm going to really quick calculate the amount of seeds I need. Sorry, I'm going to need to grow a certain amount of fruits. I don't know exactly how many I need, but I will need a fair amount. This won't be super fun because it's going to be a lot. I'll calculate it out real quick. It just takes a bit of calculator work. 1 second. I'm too lazy to calculate it out exactly. It's going to be close enough anyway. I'm going to need to grow 900 of these into the fruits. I grabbed 10,000 just because I might as well. This ain't going to be super fun. It's going to take a while. I will just take care of all of it. I'll see you guys when I get the levels. I didn't expect to be getting this while I was doing Tithe Farm before depositing the things. But, farming level incoming in 3, 2, 1. 35 farming.
Nice.
Alright, I was very surprised that I would be getting another level from just the harvesting of them. Oh. I need another watering around. Well, I'll really quick show you how the watering goes. Just, you have to actually use the watering can on them instead of using the water option, as this does save a little bit of time. And while there is wiggle room with what I do, I'd rather have as much wiggle room as possible instead of wasting it. So use the watering can on them. Don't use the water option as the left click. Use the watering can. Sometimes I miss a tick of it doing it. Just depends on when I do it. And when I get to the final one, I usually turn off my run to conserve run energy, so that way the next round I'm more likely to be able to do the full 16 rather than doing only 8. When I run low on run energy, I just do the 8 in this line, so here and here, and then I use the fertilizer to speed it up a bit, because I am able to get to the other end. It is slower than if I were to do this 16 method, but it is faster than doing less seeds and just not doing them. So overall, it's just a way to improve the amount of fruits I get per run, so that way I can do this faster. It has helped a lot. I need to get a lot of these fruits. But yeah, Level 36 farming. I could grow grapes. I actually am doing the thing that would give me grape seeds. But I don't think I'll be doing it. By the way, just ignore these. That happened due to a weird disconnect that happened that still kept me in the world. It's just a weird thing. It doesn't affect anything, actually, but it's just there. I've noticed it a few times. But yeah. Next time you see me, it'll be when I get all 900. And this has taken a long time. I had to log out earlier because I was getting close. I think it was like a 4.5 hour time before I actually logged out to grab some dinner. And yeah, it's taken this long since to get some more seeds. Not seeds, get some more fruit. And I'm gonna really quickly show you the method I use for when I'm doing the walk only, because I probably could get the run one with the amount of energy, but I didn't want to risk it. Just do this. And then while that first one is still not yet finished, I actually use the fertilizer on them to speed them up. If I had a few agility levels, I actually could probably do the 16 method the entire time, because it would be very close to net neutral, or maybe only losing a little bit. But I don't have a few agility levels. I won't be getting agility until after Wintertod, where then I'll be able to make the way to get the 5 agility, but then I can do Shazian. But yeah, it should only take a little bit. I only have a few hundred seeds to go. I'll probably go to 300 fruits. I technically only will need like 800 something, but I'm gonna go to the full 900 so that way I don't waste the points and experience. I'll get a few more points than I would otherwise, and I probably will grab some other things with points eventually. Just doing them in batches of 100 points is always the most efficient. Anyway, I'll see you when I'm finished gathering all of my fruit. Alright. On to the final batch. As I said before, this took a long time, but I am so ready to be finished with this. This was a big grind in order to be able to get to having them all. And you know what? I'm going to do just enough. I'm not going to do any extra. Like, I already have enough for the points I need for getting the 2 things I'm going to buy, but I don't want to go. When I mean I don't want to go for extra, I mean I don't want to get the extra 2 that I would get if I did a full batch. So I'm just going to do this many. Oh, great. Connection error. I've only had like 3 of these while I was doing the actual grind so far, so... Okay, gotta go fast. And hopefully none of them have gone bad. Yeah, now you can see it live on camera what happened. It's really weird what causes this. I don't know exactly. I think it's just like the instance maybe moves or something. It's a weird thing that's causing a weird visual glitch, but it doesn't change the actual like functionality of everything. Yeah, the circles are gonna be weird for a bit. $899. 900. Now, I've gathered 900 of these. So, let's see how many points we get. Well, I know I have enough, but let's see. 39 farming. I can grow orange trees, but I really can't. 40 farming. Sorry, 41. 43 farming. 45 farming. I can now enter the farming guild. 46 farming. 47 farming. I can now grow watermelons. 48 farming. I can grow jangerberry bushes. 49 farming. 50 farming. That is why I'm excited. Actually, why am I doing that? I can only deposit. I'm not showing you this. But like I was about to say, I can only deposit one watering can, so I don't really need all the rest. Drop all my watering cans, drop the seeds, just discard them. Drop the can, leave the tithe farm, super happy. I think I'm gonna have to log out and log back in to fix that. But now I can purchase rewards from him, which will be 1 seed box and auto weed. I forgot to turn on that setting. But yeah. Now with this seed box, it's gonna push fill, and bam. I can take out the seeds whenever I need them, and this saves me 5 inventory spaces. Now, I've been talking a bunch in the previous episodes about doing a smithing grind. Well, not the previous episode, but mostly in this one, about doing the smithing grind for a steel axe. But I realized something when I was talking with other people in the chat. I completely forgot that I can get a steel axe from Eclectics. So, in the next episode, we're first going to be going for the stone chest. Finish up the stone chest. Talk to the prince. And get another collection log slot that I can just drop. And yeah, next episode, we're going to be getting our Xerix talisman. And if it doesn't take too long, also a few other things.